It was data and electricity running through the city. And there was an article in the New York Times said something like, people walk up to it, some people were afraid to walk over it because it looked like it was a bump, like a three-dimensional bump. So I think it was more a joke. But the point here is that if we can get these spaces to really look more three-dimensional, I think we're kind of living in a world that's much more reflective of the time in which we live. So it's really that simple. And every one of these connect. This is an ongoing pattern that repeats. This pattern, I think, if we saw it in a plane, I think would look quite beautiful to see it going on and on and on. This one also, but this is more in a linear fashion. And then this is a tile kind of almost set as is, meaning that it's not really a repeat. But when you see this line touch this line, you get the pattern kind of connected. So really that's all. And this is the beginning of a nice, I think, fantastic relationship. And this is a great company because also their quality and their price points and everything of the ceramics are fantastic too. So I'm making many projects in the world. I'm doing a hotel in Berlin, and we're using a lot of this pattern in it. And I'm doing a project in Bangkok where I'll be using some of the patterns and artwork. And I hope that other architects and designers will specify. So I thank you all. And if you have any questions, I'm more than willing to answer them. And the microphone seems to be working quite well now. So if you have a question, I'll just hand you my little mini mic. Any questions? Don't be shy.
What inspired these patterns?
How did you determine the colors that you wanted to use?
Yes, I use a lot of color in my work, and I think in general, there's a tendency that we are in the built environment very afraid of color. And you see so little color in the built environment. In fact, if you really walk through cities, or the majority of hotels you stay at, or the majority of restaurants, you'll always see the palettes are more or less in the browns, beiges, grays, dark colors. There's a tendency that we fear, I think. But actually, in every project I build, I use a lot of color. And at first, a lot of people feel a little, especially the clients, are a little bit nervous about it. But when the project opens and people experience it, they actually feel really kind of, in a sense, positive. They feel alive. And I think a lot of times when I use color, I try to kind of touch that, let's say, almost the phenomenon of us feeling like we're alive, that we're here now.